This time, rural people will have as much say in the national decision-making as their urban counterparts starting next year. One of the 4 deputies to represent migrant workers, Kang Ho-ming, was elected to represent Chongqing in 2008.
As a migrant worker, I know much better how the workers need and what they are thinking about. Although I may not know much about the legal provisions, my suggestions to the government can better represent the workers' interests.
One of Kang Ho-ming's motions calls for stronger professional training for migrant workers so they can earn more. And he says the equal proportional representation by urban and rural deputies will further guarantee the people's rights to determine their fate. Kang Ho-ming's ideas are shared by many deputies, including Han De-yun. Han raised a similar suggestion back in 2006.
To eradicate differences between the rural and urban areas, like education and employment, through the amendment of electoral law, carries a revolutionary significance.
Han De-yun believes closing the gap between the rural and urban areas will take time. But the racial change can bring about an immediate improvement of the social status of the farmers and workers. The number of deputies for the next session will be less than 3,000. 2,000 deputies will be allocated evenly around the country. Provincial level governments will get 248. The principle is to grant deputy quotas to make sure ethnic minorities, remote regions and various sectors with a small population are properly represented in the MPC. Kang Ho-ming is not expecting another term, but he's happy to see the electoral change happen soon. Chinese constitution spells out the MPC is the highest organ of state power. The MPC deputies should have a wide representation from all sectors of society. The draft for the election of new deputies will give more seats to migrant workers like Kang Ho-ming, and the percentage for Communist Party officials will be reduced. The deputies for the next 5-year term will be elected by January next year. Han Bin, CCTV, Beijing.
Well, the MPC has reviewed the draft for election for the new deputies in Hong Kong and Macau. There were no big changes in the current number, method and procedure in the 2 SAR. This is to maintain the continuity and stability of the election law. And to talk about election law, we have our reporter Han Bin here in the studio. Good evening, Han Bin.
Hi, Zhou.
Well, based on the draft electoral law, give us more details. What changes can we expect to see in the makeup of the deputies in next year's MPC session?
Well, under the amendment, the number